What if I told you the helmet you're wearing right now might not be built for the way you actually crash? Not because it's old or damaged, because it might be designed for a completely different kind of impact than the one you're most likely to have. So today, we're answering one question. Are you wearing the right helmet? If you're over 40, new to mountain biking, if you're getting back into it after a few years off, or recently picked up an e-bike, stick around, because by the end of this video, I'm going to show you an $80 helmet that scores safer than some $300 helmets. And I'm going to show you the one spec you need to check if you're riding an e-bike. Both straight from Virginia Tech's independent testing. No guesswork. Most of us grew up thinking a helmet's a helmet. It's either safe or it isn't. I thought that way too, until I learned every helmet is actually engineered for a specific kind of hit. Here's the term you'll hear a lot in this video: rotational acceleration. That's the twisting, spinning force your brain feels inside your skull when your head hits the ground at an angle, which, by the way, is how most of us actually crash. Not straight down, sideways, or at a slant. Researchers increasingly believe that twisting force is a major contributor to concussions, and that's exactly why helmet choice matters more the older you get. Whoa, whoa, whoa! The older we get? Well, bouncing back isn't what it used to be. Recovery takes longer, and the stakes are a little more real. A head injury doesn't just sideline you from riding, it can affect your work, your family, and your quality of life. So this isn't about chasing the newest tech, it's about giving yourself the best possible odds when something goes wrong. So if rotational angled impacts are the real threat, where do those impacts actually land? Research crash data points to 3 zones that are most common. Zone 1, the side of the head. The temporal region. This is the most frequently impacted area in real-world crashes. You lose traction, you tip sideways, you land on the side of the helmet. And that's exactly the kind of hit that creates the twisting motion we just talked about. Zone 2, the front of the head and face. This is your classic over-the-bars crash. Riders get thrown forward, and you're looking at potential nose, jaw, or eye socket injuries, while force still transmits straight to the brain. Zone 3, the back of the head. The occipital region. Rear impacts happen more than most riders expect, and they create real whiplash and rotational force. This is also why fit matters so much, because a lot of riders are unknowingly leaving the back of their head exposed. So if side, front, and rear impacts are the real risk, what's actually stopping that twisting force from reaching your brain? 2 words you've probably seen on a hang tag and skipped right by it: rotational protection. That just means that there are special materials or layers built into the inside of the helmet. On an angled hit, instead of your brain twisting inside your skull, the helmet's inner layer shifts a few millimeters and absorbs some of that rotational energy for you. You'll see a few names doing the same basic job: MIPS, WaveCell, Coroid, Kineticore. Different engineering, same mission, all managing rotational force. The point isn't to memorize brand names. The point is, when you're shopping, a rotational system like MIPS should be non-negotiable. Which brings us to how we actually know which helmets do this well. Here's the uncomfortable part. You could own the single best-rated helmet on Virginia Tech's entire list, and it still won't protect you if it doesn't fit right. First, the 2-finger rule. 2 fingers should fit between your eyebrows and the front of the helmet. Second, the V test. Your strap should form a V around the ear once you have your helmet buckled. Third, 1-finger rule. Adjust the strap so that 1 finger can fit under the chin strap when buckled. Fourth, that dial at the back, use it. Most riders leave it too loose out of habit. Dial it in until it's snug, not painful. The helmet should move with your head. If it's sliding independently on top of your skull, it's too loose. Finally, the 1 rule with 0 exceptions. Replace your helmet after any significant impact, even if it looks completely fine. The foam inside is single use. That's the whole design. It's supposed to crush once and once only to protect you. So between coverage, rotational tech, and fit, how do you actually compare helmets against each other instead of just trusting marketing copy? This is where Virginia Tech comes in. Virginia Tech runs what's probably the most rigorous independent helmet testing program out there. They simulate real-world impacts, they measure concussion risk, and they score every helmet from 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the best. Every helmet on the market meets a minimum legal safety standard. Virginia Tech is what shows you which ones go meaningfully beyond that minimum. And here's the part that surprises people. Price and protection don't always line up. Some budget helmets outscore helmets that cost 3 or 4 times as much. Links in the description. Go check your own helmet score after this video. So let's cash in that promise from the start of this video, the $80 helmet that scores safer than some $300 ones. If you're riding trail or EMTB and you want the best blend of ventilation and protection, this is your starting category. On Virginia Tech's top list, look for a mountain bike score under 12. That's the sweet spot for serious protection without going full face. A few standouts right now. The Scott Argo Plus MIPS, around $80, scoring in the 11 to 12 range on Virginia Tech's scale. That's a remarkable result for the price. The Laser Cyclone MIPS, around $75, also scoring in that same protective range. Proof that budget-friendly and genuinely safe aren't mutually exclusive. And if you want to spend a bit more, the Fox Drop Frame, a great-looking helmet that offers extended rear coverage and excellent rotational management. The pattern to look for, no matter the brand, deep rear coverage, a low score on the Virginia Tech list, and a rotational system, MIPS or equivalent, built in. And for those of you looking for a full face option, we didn't forget you. There are some great helmets in this category. There are several brands that are on the Virginia Tech list to check out. But there was one surprising standout that we came across. The Outdoor Master Rhino, around $150. Great looking, great score. One helmet that made our shortlist for sure. Now, the second promise. If you're riding an e-bike, here's the one spec you need to actually know. Remember this number, NTA 8776. That's a helmet certification specifically built around higher speed e-bike impacts. More coverage and impact testing at speeds standard helmets were never designed for. A couple of standouts in this newer category. The Giro Manifest Spherical uses a dual-layer rotational system called Spherical, which has tested exceptionally well. It's a premium price, but it's premium protection to match. Our final suggestion and another standout, the Specialized Tactic 4. This one punches above its weight, getting a score in the 8s at a great price point. If you're regularly riding an e-bike at speed, helmets like these are worth the upgrade. Think about it this way. Your bike weighs 50 pounds and has a motor in it. Your helmet should be built for that reality, not for a bike half that weight. Look, the fact that you're still out here, still pushing yourself, still finding new trails to ride, that's not something to take for granted. That's something to protect. The mountain bike industry is slowly waking up to the fact that its audience is getting older. But the gear marketing, the content, the conversation, it hasn't fully caught up yet. So do yourself one favor today. Pull up the Virginia Tech helmet ratings, links right below this video. Find your current helmet, check its score, and if it's not where you'd like it to be, consider making a change. Not because riding is dangerous, because you want to keep doing it for a long time. That's the whole point. Thanks for riding with us today. If you're 40 plus and still chasing the ride, you're in the right place. This is the Seasoned Rider Collective. We're here to share real-world skills, build confidence on the trail, and talk about gear that actually fits how we ride now. If that sounds like your kind of crew, make sure you subscribe, check out our other videos, and share this with a friend who should be riding alongside us. Catch you on the trails.